Good evening. My name is Graham. I want to say and give a toast to YouTube. YouTube is a gift from God. Even as an evolutionist, which I am, I have no problem explaining evolution. All evolution is a creative, intelligent instinct adapting within the paradigm. That's all it is, really. That's all. And so, but I thank God for YouTube, because if it wasn't for YouTube, right now there'd be a program on by these liberals in America and this left. It would be Adolf Hitler and Stalin all over again. They'd be banging out, stamping out free speech when there would be no right of reply. You wouldn't know what's really going on. And it is all the terrible truths about what is actually going on with political correctness, which is actually a political conspiracy. It's not good denying it anymore. The only people denying that there's a conspiracy anymore are those people involved in it. That's all, really. And so you see, as an evolutionist, I try to look at things rationally, and I don't knock the idea of God, because as an evolutionist I have to acknowledge, because on Earth itself, that there are superior beings on Earth, like cats. You see, humans think they're superior, but humans can be herded like sheep, obviously. So, people are very, very easily, that's what they, oh look, we're another herd of sheep. And that's what they do. With this political correctness, it creates a herd of sheep rather than removes their humanity and takes them from being Homo sapiens, which is thinking human, into more like hominoids, which don't think, which belong. They made a flint axe before, now they can tweet, and that's about where they're at really with that. And copy and tweet something else, what someone else has originated somewhere else, because they would not be capable anymore of original thought. And if you're not capable of original thought, you've actually regressed back to an earlier stage of human evolutionary development. Right? It doesn't matter how you believe humans came about, from some god or from the elements on the earth itself. That's irrelevant. That's a fairy fluff on the internet. The fact is, what isn't a human? You have to ask yourself, what is a human? A human is a thinking being, a Homo sapien, a thinking being. It thinks. It is able to create solutions for problems that allows it then to intelligently adapt and through creative instincts and intuition and what it learns in the meantime and from history, and it combines that and solves the problem. Now, if you can't solve problems, and many people these days can't even change a tap washer, it's like, wow, it's a mystery to them. Well, these people aren't that advanced when it comes to think of it, are they? It's not advanced just because you can sit there using an iPhone or a Twitter. And it's, oh, look at me. And that's all you can do all day, and you can't fix a tap washer. You're not actually an advanced person. You've just learned from a young age to be looking at a screen, which is all part of a plan to turn people to mini Daleks, if you've seen Doctor Who. But you see, we get back to this thing about what a god is. What is a god? It's someone who, in the minds of the air, what is it? It's a superior intelligence, right? Superior creative intelligence, if you like. And you have to give way to the idea that in a cosmos as large as this, as large as it is, there has to be, in all the different niches which all the planets and the suns and all that allow, there has to be, in all the time with time differentials, there has to be more advanced species than humans, or hominids really, than they are on Earth. And that would suggest that, yes, there may be gods, but it also suggests that there are different people on Earth who think they're higher and superior to the rest of the species because they've got the power and the authority, they control the media, they control technology, they'll have to spy on us all and stuff like that. And I say, that's why I say, thank God for YouTube, because if it wasn't for YouTube, although it's used as a spying device, at least YouTube allows free speech, whereas we're in Australia now, that would be banned. There's no doubt, there's no way that Australians would allow YouTube. If it was an Australian invention, it would not get past stage 1, it'd be scrapped and thrown in the rubbish bin, and someone would be told it's an idiot of an idea, you don't want to do that here, we're not going to invent anything like that. So it allows such free, people to hear anything you want or say anything they want. And this is a very the great tragedy when governments line with media to then start beginning not to tell the truth about what's actually happening, and that truth then becomes intergenerational, so that what is a non-truth then becomes pathologically entrenched into people's minds and hearts. So they have actually been changed and altered my time, because the people behind this are very, very clever, and they understand what evolution is, understand evolutionary theory, and that's what political correctness is. You can use any P&C, you can use it in any psychological conditioning, programming, and programming conditioning. You can say it allows you many connotations of PC. But what it is a means of over 6 generations altering humans from Homo sapiens into hominids. Actually, so you can be individuals who can think for themselves. They're a bunch of sheep that are led, and that's actually what's happening. You see, because there was a plan a long time ago that the discussion in the 30s or maybe earlier that the only way to get peace in the world is to basically make extinct the idea of individuality. And you can see that's what the left and basically left and right in Australia and whatever, they're behind that. The thing about the media, the professional media, which cannot hardly report the truth and facts as they ought to be scientifically analysed, they are not the free media. The free media is YouTube and all the good people on YouTube doing their best to explain in any way they can their feelings and their thoughts and their insights about the data, information and knowledge that they're gaining through other people putting stuff on the internet. So it's a massive, the internet and the YouTube is the most fabulous thing there is right now, because right now it might be saving humanity from a great disaster, because the reptilians that David Icke talks about, they're not, whether they're reptiles in the actual reptilian, like lizards and what, is one thing, but the reptilian is really a state of mind where when you eat something, you don't really have much compassion for what you're eating. You're not going to say your prayers before you eat it. You just hunt it down, eat it. So the ones that have got most power to control the media and politicians, these people are now a species of culture above, they think they're above humans. But the thing is this, that people ought to remember, those who want free speech banned or controlled are inferior minds, inadequate. They haven't got an adequate ability to debate their point. If they stop other people speaking, if they shout people down and screaming and shouting and carrying on and getting violent like they do in Australia when people are speaking, when you start doing that, it's bullying, it's gang bullying, if you like, bullying in a gang, just like Hitler Youth did, bullied the Jews. Now we've got people bullying free speakers in Australia, backed by the government. It's a very tragic time for this country in a way. But that's it, you see. There's people, they still call them the elite. You're not an elite. You're inferior if you're afraid of someone expressing themselves freely and someone hearing it. You have not got a superior idea. It's inferior, and you do not want it to be explained or people understood why it's inferior. It's as simple as that, really. There are no, this is the idea there's elite. Sorry, I don't know where it is. I mean, I know what it may be, but it's certainly not people stopping freedom of speech. They're not the elite, they're the inferior. They're the ones living in fear of true fact and knowledge and data information become correlated into the general theme of the knowledge of the people. That's what they're trying to kill off, taking people from Homo sapiens or inter-real humans that ask questions to hominids that don't question anything. You know, humans live, like one way or like it or not, lived for hundreds of thousands of years and no progress was made, and suddenly there's progress. How that came about, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, that's what humans to be. They don't want to be. They want to regress them en masse to an earlier stage of being, where they just sat there. Maybe they cut stones, same as tweeting, and that's what they did. But they didn't think much beyond that. Anyway, I just thought I'd say that. Thank God for YouTube, and I mean that with all my heart as an evolutionist.